Canada Post management and the media frequently said this is an existential crisis of Canada Post. This is the one point where we agree with Kaplan. This is an existential crisis of the post office. And the CPW leadership, I think, has said correctly that, Canada Post shouldn't have to compete. And we agree with that. But the question is, how can we get there ultimately, right? And I think they don't really answer this question. They don't provide an actual vision of a real alternative, a fundamentally different alternative, not just, ticky-tack, postal banking here, seniors visits here, but really an inspiring, broader vision of what, a postal service that doesn't have to compete, might actually look like and what, that would take to get there ultimately. With any fight or rivalry, sometimes the best defense is a good offense. And I think this is exactly the way forward here. The union has to go on the offensive, both in terms of presenting a vision of what this alternative could look like and how, we get there, but also in the immediate terms, in terms of, like the need to fight and what methods we need to win in the immediate fight. And so I think this starts with taking the fight to the private sector companies, right? And actually, and the thing is that, CUPW is not alone in this. I think we mentioned earlier, like a good chunk of the staff in these other companies are already unionized.
Yeah, and didn't DHL just voted to go on strike?
Yeah, that's right. They're planning to go on strike in June.
And they're delivery drivers. So
Exactly.
they're delivery drivers, CUPW delivery drivers. They're just delivering stuff, and they're workers. They just happen to be in different companies. One's public, one's private.
So I think the large majority of UPS workers are organized with the Teamsters, as well as Pure Later workers are also with the Teamsters. There's a section of workers with DHL that are organized with Unifor. And FedEx is mostly non-unionized, but they have, I think, FedEx is more of a air freight specialist, and they have a group of pilots actually with the Airline Pilots Association that are unionized as well. And so I think really what needs to happen is, we're seeing actually the development of common fronts in Alberta right now with all the public sector unions, right? Forming a common strategy to face the employer, to increase their strength and increase their leverage. And I mean, a common front has existed for a long time in Quebec amongst the public sector unions, and they've been able to make real gains on the basis of this strategy. And so I think really,
you don't let them divide you. That's the point.
Exactly. And so I think what really needs to happen is, the Teamsters, Unifor, and CPW need to form a common front to work together, to fight together, and most importantly, to engage in a mass union drive to unionize all the non-unionized workers in all these companies